Hi guys, welcome to Miss Nikki's Holiday Storytime. I hope you guys enjoy today. We have a special guest, Miss Kaitlyn, so let's begin. Okay guys, so our first Christmas story we have today is Social Distance Santa. This year for Christmas, you might find a lot on Santa Claus's mind. Like how to deliver presents while keeping safe social distance, his reindeer sleigh or snow sled, his cloth mask wrapped around his head, singing out loud, ho, 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 it's social distance, Santa, yo. This year you might see less family, but that doesn't mean they're not thinking of me. You can still write Christmas cards. They're safe to send both near and far. Deliver with care, social distance Santa, cards to loved ones. Hi, Nana. When Santa fills stockings with care, will hand sanitizer be in there? Santa loves milk and cookies with chocolate chips. Yes, please. If you shop for a Christmas tree, please practice social distancing. Is it Santa or someone's job to get that Christmas drink eggnog? We'll see Santa every year and celebrate with Christmas cheer. Time out on all electronics when opening our Christmas gifts. This year instead, or with a toy, I wish for Christmas to spread joy. That Santa and cute Christmas elves save some presents for themselves. And remember, Santa says that on Christmas, love conquers any distance. The end.
Santa shark, ho, 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 ho. Santa shark, ho, 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 ho. Santa shark, ho, 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 ho. Santa shark. Reindeer sharks do 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 do. Reindeer sharks do 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 do. Reindeer sharks do 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 do. Reindeer sharks. Elf sharks do 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 do. Elf sharks do 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 do. Elf sharks do 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 do. Elf sharks. Making toys do 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 do. Making toys do 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 do. Making toys do 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 do. Making toys. Wrap them up, do 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 do. Wrap them up, do 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 do. Wrap them up, do 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 do. Wrap them up. Load the sleigh, do 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 do. Load the sleigh, do 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 do. Load the sleigh, do 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 do. Load the sleigh. It's Christmas. Swim away, do 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 do. Swim away, do 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 do. Swim away, do 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 do. Swim away. Swim faster, do 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 do. Swim faster, do 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 do. Swim faster, do 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 do. Swim faster. Swim faster, do 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 do. Swim faster, do 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 do. Swim faster, do 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 do. Swim faster. Santa shark, ho 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 ho. Santa shark, ho 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 ho. Santa shark, ho 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 ho. Santa shark. Merry Christmas!
All right, guys, our next book is 5 Busy Elves. 5 little elves as Christmas draws near. Get set for their busiest day of the year. Santa's mailroom is filled with letters and sacks. The elves help to pile the mail into stacks. 5 helpful elves, busy as can be, hang stars and lights on Santa's tree. Mrs. Claus needs a hand with her Christmas baking. My, what a mess the elves are all making. Down at the stables, there's plenty to do, polishing the sled and Rudolph's nose too. Loading the presents for Santa to bring, one little elf has forgotten something. 5 happy elves are having some fun. Then all of a sudden, a snowball fight has begun. Every child's present is made with great care. A train set, a doll, a huge teddy bear. The busy elves work late into the night, with presents to wrap and labels to write. The work is all done at the end of the day. With a clatter of hooves, Santa is up and away. Everything's quiet, but not for too long, as the elves' party starts with a dance and a song. The end. All right, guys, so our next story is by Tom Fletcher, which is my favorite author. There's an elf in your book. Oh, look, there's an elf in your book. Elf's here to do the nice list test with you. You need to be on the nice list if you want Santa to bring you Christmas presents. So make sure you guys are on that nice list. For you to pass the test, Elf will ask you to do some nice things. But watch out, elves can be a bit mischievous. Don't get tricked into being naughty, okay? And when you're ready to take the test, we're gonna turn the page. Good luck. All right, guys, are you ready? Let's see how nice or naughty you guys are. All right, so let's start with an easy one. Everyone touch your nose. Is everybody touching their nose? All right, to see if you pass the test, we have to turn the page. Good job. You passed the first test. So now let's blow a Christmas kiss. Do you think you passed? Let's see. What a lovely Christmas kiss. You passed the second test. What's next? All right, guys, I want you to sing a cheery Christmas song. All right. And let's see if you passed. Beautiful singing. You passed the third test. Now, say it with me. I'm a Wisenheimer sparkle butt. Wait a second. This sounds like a naughty trick. I think Elf is testing you. Don't say I'm a Wisenheimer sparkle butt. Now turn the page. Whew, it was a trick. Thank goodness you didn't say it. You passed the fourth test. How was the nice list test going so far, Elf? For Miss Nikki, it's going okay. But for the rest of you guys, let's see. So let's keep it up. Now, let's name Santa's most famous reindeer. Do you guys know? Let's see. Miss Nikki can't tell you. Rudolph. If you guys said Rudolph, you are correct. And you passed the 5th test. You guys are great at this. Now, do your loudest, stinkiest pizza burp. Did you guys do it? Ew! Stop. Now, do you think this is another naughty elf trick? Let's see. It was another trick. Good catch. Keep this up and you'll be on the nice list in no time. So, what's next, elf? Let's see. Now for the final test. I want you guys to make elf laugh. Well, to make elf laugh, you'll have to tell a joke. Have a look in the Christmas joke book. So let's turn the page to open it. The Christmas joke book. All right, guys. What do elves do in the toilet? Let's see. Jingle smells. Ew wee. Oh no. The joke was a mischievous elf trick to make you say something naughty. Does this mean you failed the test? I don't know. Surely you can't be on the nice list if you've done something naughty. It looks as though elf feels bad for tricking you, but rules are rules. Hang on a second, the test was to make elf laugh, and you did so, right? You passed the nice list test. Hooray! You are officially on the nice list. And look at this. Let's see. What is this? Wow! It's your official nice list certificate. Make sure you leave this book out on Christmas Eve and Santa wants to check it. Until then, Merry Christmas and stay nice. The end.
All right, guys, our final story today is How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Whos, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm-lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. Then he growled with his Grinch fingers, nervously drumming. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow he knew. All the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early, and they'd rush for their toys. And then, oh, the noise, noise. That's one thing he hated. The noise. Then the Whos, young and old, would sit down to a feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Whos would start singing. They'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing, 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 sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. And he chuckled and clucked, what a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer, the Grinch looked around. But since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said. If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max, then he took some red thread, and he tied a big horn on top of his head. Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, get up, and the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Whos lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark, quiet snow filled the air. All the Whos were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square. This is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two, then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue. Where the little Who stockings all hung in a row, these stockings, he grinned, are the first things to go. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn and plums. And he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove, when he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who, Cindy Lou Who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who'd got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and she said, Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? But you know that old Grinch was so smart and so slick, he thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot, the fake Santa Claus lied, there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, and then I'll bring it back here. And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head, and he got her a drink, and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar, and on their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. It was 15:15 dawn, all the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze, when he packed up his sled. Packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Pooh-pooh to the Who's, he was grinchiously humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up, I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two, and then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo-hoo. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at Whoville, the Grinch popped his eyes, then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't thought of before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. And he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. The end.
You're a mean one. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel. Mr. Grinch, you're a bad banana. Mr. Grinch, with the greasy black peel. You're a vile one. You got termites in your smile. You have all the bittersweetness of a seasoned crocodile. Mr. Grinch, you're a foul one. Friends you don't have. I wouldn't touch you with a 39 and a half foot pole. You're a monster. Your heart's an empty hole. You got garlic. You got garlic in your soul. All them smiles, homie, I turn up, frown. All them decorations, I tear them down. You can ask Max, I don't play around. Ayo. Who is this mean fellow with his skin all green and his teeth all yellow? What you so mad for? Halloween come around and we ain't knocking at your door, man.
Mr. Grinch, you're a bad banana. Don't spoil everybody with your bad.
Spoil everybody.
Mr. Grinch.
Who is this mean fella with his skin all green and his teeth all yellow. What you so mad for? Halloween come around and we ain't knocking at your door.
All right, guys, so that's the end of our holiday story time with Miss Nikki. I hope you guys have a safe and a beautiful holiday. Make sure you guys stay safe. See you next time. Bye.